Hey, guys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Soaps and Sass.
How y'all doing?
I am one of your hosts, Mama Sass.
And I'm your other host, Baby Sass.
Great to be back with you guys. This week we are recapping General Hospital from Monday, January 27th to Friday, January 31st.
That we are.
And I am calling this Revelation Week because a whole bunch of secrets were coming out.
Yes,
some truths. Some facts.
Some idiot theories and assumptions.
Right? Some tea. A little bit. Dribble jab. So let's get right into it. And this is in no particular order. There was no real theme across the week. Or by theme I mean no real storyline that stood out more than any other, really.
Nope.
It was more like they were just moving a bunch of storylines along to get us ready for February sweeps.
Yeah.
Which starts February 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay, so getting right into it. We have Monica, who banned Drew from the Quartermain property. He was very upset.
Amen to that.
He thought it was Tracy. We all know he needed to go. He was shocked and dismayed that Monica would do him like that.
Oh no, boo-hoo-hoo.
But, you know.
I will just say that he has pissed me off for the last time and will always be pissing me off until things are dealt with. So, until such and such a time has come to pass, I will no longer be referring to, that person by his actual name because I cannot. So I will be referring to him as that man.
We'll see how long that lasts.
We will.
Since I've already mentioned Drew, I'm going to keep on with that. He wants his company Aurora back from Curtis and Michael, the man that Drew literally screwed over.
Good luck with that.
He wants his company back from them. They did a nice sneak attack and took it from him. But Curtis and Nina, the mother of the woman that Drew slept with, they're planning to torpedo Drew's chances in D.C., where Drew has recently been elected as congressman. But Drew has his own plans. Number one, he's buying a house in Port Charles. A house with a backyard, a sauna, room for a pony. That's a reference to my favorite TV show, Keeping Up Appearances. Check it out. But basically, it's room for him and Willow, who has no idea, in my mind anyway, no idea this is going on.
She won't be happy when she finds out.
I don't think she'll be happy either. I think he will go a step too far.
For real. Because I'm like, sir, you don't know what the actual status of your relationship is, but also her divorce isn't finalized, and we don't know if she is going to finalize the divorce once Michael gets out of treatment.
Who can say?
I swear, he's making assumptions, and it's going to make him look like more of an ass than he already is.
For real. But the other thing we learned is that Drew is, I was going to say holding hostage, but that's not really the word. But Drew had planned to work on this deal with Jordan, the assistant deputy mayor, on this project to build an esplanade in Congressman McConkey's name.
His predecessor.
Right. McConkey is the one who handpicked Drew to take his place because he was dying from cancer. But Dante decides that, no, I'm going to sandbag that plan.
Mom, you said Dante.
I'm sorry, McConkey. Pardon me. McConkey was dying from cancer.
No. You said Dante decides.
Oh.
That's what I'm like, you mean that man?
Drew, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was reading.
That's what I'm wondering too. I said, what did Dante do what?
I did not even catch it. I'm so sorry.
Woo.
Drew decides he's going to sandbag the Esplanade project. Says it's Aurora's problem, so basically Curtis's problem. If he wants the project to go through, he's got to fix it. But Curtis is like, no, I don't really need it. And so Drew's like, really? You don't need it? Why don't we take this into the ring? Because they just happen to be having this conversation at Volanino's gym.
We will get into the...
Oh, I'm not going to go beyond that. This is just a high-level recap.
Which we're going into great detail about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Just saying.
So that happened. Then we have... let me see. Brooklyn and Chase, they're trying to get pregnant. Brooklyn got great news from her OBGYN. There's no problem. She can get pregnant anytime she wants. But unfortunately, on the other side of the coin, Chase has also heard back from his doctor, and it turns out Chase is sterile.
Which we have a idea of why he is sterile, which we'll go into later.
Speaking of details. So Chase goes home to tell Brooklyn. Brooklyn is bubbling with joy. She shares her news. Chase, not to be deterred, says, I'm so sorry, Brooklyn. I know I'm pooping all over your dreams. I can't have children. Brooklyn consoles him. Chase is like, I need a minute. Off he goes to the gym, where he runs into Dante, who has recently found out, speaking of revelations, has recently found out, and actually let me take a step back. Portia sees Anna at the hospital, and actually I might need to take a step even further back, just for sequence, even though I said this is no particular order. Anna's at the hospital. She runs into Lulu, who is seeing Anna for the first time. Lulu says, so I heard you shot my kid. Anna's just like, and Lulu's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm just busting your chops. I know it was an accident. Valentine, who's not the greatest father, should have told you that our daughter was up to shenanigans and maybe you wouldn't have shot her. Anna's like, I'm so sorry. I can't close my eyes at night. Lulu's like, I get it. But they make peace. Portia's wandering by. She sees Anna. Anna, may I have a word? And shock and surprise, because we all thought Anna was already in the know, Portia says, by the way, there's been a murder in Savannah, or Port Charles, as it happens. Sorry. I'm just going into other TV shows. That was The Office. Anyway. So,
I'm just...
Don't look at me like that.
I won't look at you then. Proceed.
So Portia tells Anna about the murders, how Sam and Dex Heller had been murdered with digitalis. They were very healthy patients, and somebody gave them this wrong medication on purpose, which ended up provoking a heart attack. Anna's like, I'm on the case. Cool. Anna comes out, runs into Dante, who was Samantha's partner, very, very recently engaged when Sam died. Dante is also a police officer.
He is.
And Anna says, hey, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to you as a civilian, not as a cop. So sorry. Sam was murdered. Dante's like, what the woody woo? Lulu, who was in conversation with Dante, and Dante told her to stay, she's like, feeling very badly because, as we know, Sam donated part of her liver to save Lulu.
She did.
So off they go their separate ways. Dante goes to the gym where he runs into Chase, who, as I said, was already vexed because he's still, or disappointed. I shouldn't say vexed. He was really, really disappointed. He sees Dante, who's angry. Dante's like, Sam was murdered. Chase is like, forget about my problems. What?
They talk it out.
They talk it out. Dante's like, hey, what's up with you? Chase says, I ain't got nothing to say, but I will tell you when I'm in the mood. I'm not in the mood. Okay, cool. Other pregnancy, Sasha Corbin. She's pregnant, as we all know. She's at the Quartermains. Tracy is giving her a hard time, as per usual.
Which, after their conversation, is like, Tracy.
I'm really shocked. I thought they had made peace.
Right.
But Tracy's peace lasts only for the 5 minutes in which she said it.
Apparently.
So Tracy's giving Sasha the gears. Sasha says, you know what? You're being melodramatic.
Anyway.
Tracy proceeds to be even more melodramatic. Demands that Sasha go climb a bookcase to find a mouse that nobody has seen.
After releasing this banshee, scream.
And Sasha's like, I'm not finna do it. I'm pregnant. And everybody who was in the room was like, wait, pardon? Jason Quartermain, Morgan, is also in the room. He starts doing some real fast mathematical equations in his head.
So quick, I almost saw his brain short-circuited for a second. Thought he might have gone through the blue screen of death.
It was pretty funny. So he figures out very quickly that Michael Quartermain III, Michael Corinthos III, I don't know what name he's going by these
days. I don't even know why you keep doing that.
Because he changed his name and then he changed it back and then he changed it again.
No, but I don't know why you keep going Michael Corinthos Jr. the third. No one cares. Just say Michael. At this point.
Well, A, in case we have new listeners and they have no idea who these people are, and B, that's what I wrote on my paper.
Fair enough.
Michael Corinthos III. I call him MC3. So, there you go. So anyways, Jason figures out that Michael is the father of Sasha's baby based on a conversation that Michael and Jason had before Michael went into his medically induced coma. Sasha storms out of the room. Jason soon follows behind her. They're outside talking. And Jason is asking her, So does Michael know he's the father? Sasha's like, mind your business. He's like, no, 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 no. I'm not minding my business. That's my nephew. Does he know? Sasha says, we have an agreement. Michael's staying out of it. You should too. Cody, who we discovered, Cody is the stable hand. Cody, we discovered in a conversation he was having with Brooklyn earlier, knew that Brooklyn was pregnant when she was a teenager with Dante's child. But he's not going to say anything. But he's mad because his life is just going to poop in a handbasket, mainly due to his own shenanigans.
That, and also due to the shenanigans of the writers, because we're like, why?
Sure. He's walking around the Quartermain property because that's where he lives and that's where he works. And lo and behold, he comes upon Sasha. Oh, he has heard at this point.
He has heard.
That Sasha is pregnant.
And it wasn't that he was walking around the Quartermain property. He was somewhere, showed up at the Quartermain property, interacted with Gio, because I think Gio, he had a question for Gio or something.
Right.
Found out that Sasha was pregnant because of Gio. Then went looking for Sasha.
Oh, you think he was looking for Sasha? I can't remember.
Yeah, that point he went looking. That I think he went looking for Sasha because he said Sasha's pregnant. He said, went looking for her to ask her about it and found Jason and Sasha in a very touching moment and came to some very stupid assumptions.
Right. So just to be clear for any new listeners that might be out there or any new viewers to General Hospital, Sasha and Cody had been in a relationship. They were developing a romantic relationship when they discovered they were first cousins. So needless to say, that relationship came to an abrupt stop.
Very quickly.
Which was too bad because from a viewer perspective, they were a great couple. I was really rooting for them. I'm very upset with the writers for that particular plot twist.
And if you are wondering, which you're probably not, but you also probably are, no, at no point as this relationship was developing did they hit the sheets. Thank God.
Exactly.
That would have been bad. But it wouldn't be unlike soap opera fashion for that to have happened. And then, you know what? Sasha did turn up pregnant because that would have been interesting.
No, that would not have been
interesting. It would have been interestingly horrifying.
Horrifying is definitely the word. So, as Baby Sass said, Cody comes upon Jason and Sasha in a tender moment because Sasha has just felt the baby kick. And she's like, ooh, Jason, feel. And Cody immediately jumps to the assumption that Jason is the father, and he runs off to tell the whole town.
Town crier. Oh my God. I will hold off on that.
Thank you.
But we're coming back to the town crier.
But he runs into his half-sister, I'm not even sure how that family tree's going to play out.
Stepsister.
Sure, stepsister. Okay, that works. His stepsister, Maxie, who's great friends with Sasha, he says, Maxie, you're never going to believe it. Sasha's pregnant. She's like, yep. He's like, you knew. She said, yep. Wasn't my story to tell, so I didn't tell you. He's like, yeah, but did you know Jason's the father? She's like, excuse you? Anyways, that was pretty funny. I believe that is more or less the end of that story for the week. Oh, no, I tell a lie. Then Cody left Maxie, went to see Anna, who's back at the precinct.
Lord have mercy.
And he tells Anna that he's trying to get in touch with Sasha's father, who is Cody's uncle, since they're cousins, right? And Anna's like, well, I can get a message to him. Do you want to tell me what it's about? Yeah, his daughter's pregnant and he's got a deadbeat for a dad. Anna's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, Jason's the father. Huh?
I will say, clearly Cody has not met Jason because aside from the fact that Jason has been missing from Danny's life for however many years, of no fault of his own in those cases, Jason's really not a deadbeat dad at all.
Not at all. But in any case, when word gets back to Jason and he chases back the source, you may get the fisticuffs you've been looking for. But who can say?
Because just wait, because Daddy's gonna hear about this, and Daddy's gonna be like, Dad, I'm having another sibling, and he's gonna be like, what the France? And then Jake is gonna hear about this wherever he is off in Europe, and he's gonna be like, Dad, what? Like, just,
right?
Get your facts straight before you go start telling people stuff, man.
Right. So, more revelations. Obviously, Alexis finds out that Sam was murdered. Portia tells her. Alexis then has to share the news. First, she shares it with Diane, greatest best friend in the world. She then has to share it with her two daughters, who obviously are devastated. And they in turn, or Christina shares it with Sunny. What else do we have as far as revelations? Oh! I should leave that one for last. Revelations. Natalia and Sunny are going off to LA where Sonny is getting treated for a heart condition. Sonny is the mafia don of Port Charles, for anybody who doesn't know. Natalia is his friend, and they're working together at Deception, the local cosmetic company. Sonny is incredibly private. He doesn't want anybody to know he has a heart condition because as a mafia don, you don't want to show weakness.
Nope.
But Natalia doesn't understand, didn't get, don't have a clue. I'm not sure what's happening there. Doesn't understand confidentiality. And so she's telling anybody who will listen that they are going to LA. So if Sonny had a target on his back before, that target's going to follow because Sonny's apartment was just blown up not too long ago. We will see where that goes. Ava is suing Sonny for full custody. Sonny and Ava share a young child who's maybe about
10.
6 or 7. You think she's 10 already?
Yeah, she's 10.
Okay, could be. There's that soap opera rapid aging syndrome, otherwise known as SORAS, which is such a great way to put that. Okay. So
sounds like a disease.
It does. Because of the explosion in Sonny's house, Ava is finally suing for full custody, but Ava don't have no place to live. So earlier this week, Rick helped her find an apartment, which does not meet Ava's standards because Ava is very posh. But Rick was like, listen, do you want the judge to know you bring the child to a hotel? Like, that's a home? She finally capitulates. They share a kiss.
Ugh.
Very ugh. But that's how that goes. But Rick is still representing her. And I think, no, not lastly, second to lastly, Kai Taylor, local college football star quarterback, was injured, and he is informed that he may never play ball again. If he does, he is at risk of paralysis.
Boo-hoo.
So he's super bummed. Trina tries to console him. And then my favorite giggle of the week, but also my disappointment because it involved two of my favorite male characters on the canvas at this time. Valentine Cassadine, local bad boy, and Jack Brennan, local bad boy in a very different way. The two
Keep it in your pants.
The two of them have a confrontation. So Jack had followed Carly, MC3's mom, had followed her to Germany to win her heart, as far as I'm concerned.
He claims he had a meeting in England. I don't believe that
Whatever.
for a second.
He went there to romance her. He tried to encourage her or persuade her to go to the spa with him. She declined because she was feeling a little bit blue.
After a conversation with her daughter.
So she is up in the hotel room. He goes down to the spa. He has a massage. The masseuse goes off to get him whatever went to get him. And enter Valentine, who tries to choke him out with a garrote. We're going to let that lie for a moment. And Carly changes her mind, comes downstairs to the rescue, saves Jack, but Jack is unconscious. Valentine mysteriously slips away. When Jack revives, he admits to Carly that he actually does have feelings for her and he really is intending to pursue her, and he's done playing games. That is the short version. That is the recap, which wasn't so short, but that is the recap for the week. Did I miss anything before we go into details of the things we liked?
I don't think so, but I do think we should take a small break.
All right, why don't we do that, and then we'll come back and break down some of our favorite and not so favorite stories this week.
All right, so folks, we're gonna take a break. So while we're in this break period, please grab your snacks, grab your drinks, cause, woo,
Saddle up.
it's gonna be a talk, man. It's gonna be a talk.
It's about to get sassy.
Yes, it is. All right, guys, welcome back.
Okay.
Hope you got your snacks and drinks, cause we're about to get into it. All right, Mom. So where you want to start first?
Well, if I had my druthers, I'd start with Jack and Diane. Jack and Curly, because that's where we left off.
Fair enough. Folks, that entire... Let me just say that, Valentine, where did you get this garrote from? Who made it?
Where did you get that accent from?
That too. Because one, that was a really bad accent. Two, that was... what?
This garrote looking like a flippin' skipping rope. It was so thick. I can't even think what's thicker than a skipping rope. The ropes you climb in gym class when you're doing your beep test, whatever.
Basically.
What was that?
Because, like, I looked at that thing, I said, sir, you look like you're trying to choke out a cow with that, not a man.
Cow?
It was so
looking like a Oh, you're right. It did. Oh my goodness.
I'm like,
This thing was so thick.
but apparently it worked because Jack, with his, I don't know, superb acting or the fact that Valentine might have actually been choking the man out, his veins was popping. So, you know.
That's HD TV for you. You can see the pores opening and closing on people's faces.
But I know you did have some
No, I'm leaving that. Nope, not talking about it. Not right now.
Okay. Okay. Well, I did have a little bit of contention with that entire moment, but it's mainly after Carly comes in to the rescue. Because how is it my man is on the ground, knockout unconscious from the lack of oxygen to his brain, and my girl is like trying to shake him awake, being like, Jack, get up, Jack, wake up, Jack. And I'm not even like some taps to the face, be like, come on, Jack.
She's shaking him like a rag doll,
basically. And when that doesn't work, my girl goes, Jack, if you don't wake up, I'm gonna tell the world you died in your bathrobe. Ding ding.
Eyes pop open fast. What?
Right?
Holy moly!
I'm like, you couldn't even give it a second. You had to wait like a millisecond. Like, what your friends? And then not only does he tink tink with his eyes wide open now, he then turns and looks at her and is like, hey baby, kind of look on his face.
That's my bad boy.
Like he wasn't just in a life or death situation.
No, my man is smooth with it though. Not as smooth as Brick, but my man is smooth with it. Oh my goodness.
Like, dude, come on. Anyway.
Oh, you know what else? I did miss a revelation, actually. I'm looking at my notes. I realized I did miss a revelation. Jason finds out that Sidwell's back in town, and Anna tells him to keep his hands to himself. That was a little bit frustrating in the sense that, once again, Anna places a call to Jason like he works for her. I don't understand what this relationship is, but I don't care for it.
I don't either.
And so when Jason shows up, he's like, what do you want? And she says, Sidwell's in town. And he's like, okay. And you can tell he's gearing up to go. Because Jason, local assassin, what does he do? He takes people out.
Right. And then on top of that, they're thinking that Sidwell, not Jason, Sidwell might have been the reason Michael got burned in the first place. But as we are all both watchers and characters in the show are asking, what the hell does Sidwell have to do with Sonny? Why would he target Sonny? There's no connection.
Well, but there is a connection.
As far as we know.
No, but there is a connection. And I don't know if this goes to predictions. I don't know where this goes. But it is entirely possible, given how Sidwell found them in Port Charles, because I'm not sure how Sidwell would have known they were in Port Charles. But since Sidwell tracked them down to Port Charles, he may have figured out that Sonny either was holding the diamonds. Well, yeah, it had to be, because Sonny doesn't have any of the diamonds left. Holly left with the last one. Or does Sonny still have one? I can't remember.
He doesn't.
I think Holly has the last one.
Even
so
still,
he may have figured out that Sonny was involved in helping Holly with the diamonds.
Still, but trying to take Sonny out because of it doesn't make any sense. You're just making an enemy for no reason.
I'm not sure. Again, total speculation. But the other thing Sidwell said is he's an importer-exporter. We know Sonny's an importer-exporter. We don't know to this day what it is Sonny imports and exports. We know it ain't drugs, and we know it ain't weapons. What's left?
Coffee.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, that Kermit throws coffee. So far we just know coffee.
But that's his legit business. We know we are very clear, Sonny has an illegal business. That's why he's a mafia don of importing, exporting something. They never told us what. I honestly can't imagine what else it could possibly be. It's not sex trafficking. We know that.
I was about to say women.
No, but we know that we do know that's not it. That has been made clear over the years. So maybe Sidwell sees him as competition for the market that he wants. I'm totally speculating.
But even still, trying to take him out over that, like before you even have that, face to face, being like,
that's the same way. That's the same way Cyrus Renault came in. Cyrus Renault came in trying to take out Sonny. I'm just saying.
That, so.
I think if you go
and when I say I wasn't here for that,
Frank Smith or whoever it was, people come into town. Lorenzo, can't remember his last name right now.
But when I say I wasn't here for that, I mean like I physically was not here watching the show. I was away at school, and I just did not watch while I was away at school. But anyway.
I was gonna say you weren't even born yet, but no, I guess
no.
Not.
I meant when Cyrus came in on the scene. Yeah, Yeah.
So that's my theory. I have no idea, but I'm not 100% convinced that Sidwell did it.
I'm not
But
either.
hey,
Anyway, moving on.
yeah,
Because also, by doing that, it's like, if you are trying to take out Sonny and you did hurt Michael in the process, I'm like, you now have invoked the wrath of Jason, Sonny, Carly,
the
the
Quartermains,
Quartermains.
the Corinthuses, the Spencers, basically the main families in Port Charles.
Basically every family in Port Charles, aside from the Robinsons. Because what are they? They're useless. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. I don't know that I have a whole lot to go into detail because for a week that was a build up to sweeps,
February?
it was a little bit blah.
It was.
But we got a little bit of everything. We got a little bit of everything.
Yep, I will say, one thing. Oh Lord. Oh right. So I'm just gonna go back to Brooklyn and Chase.
Sure.
Yeah. So we had said this earlier. Chase is upset because he is sterile, and I want to bring up our thoughts on why he is possibly sterile. It could be just he's sterile, but
I don't think so.
Again, yeah, I don't think so either. But in case anyone hadn't clued in or thought of this possibility, few years ago, when a character by the name of Peter August was on the canvas, he had some beef with some characters, and one of the characters was...
I think it was legit beef.
I don't know! I wasn't here for that either!
Oh, okay, well, let me bring you up to speed. Peter August was discovered to be a very nasty person.
Also, Peter August is the half-brother of Maxie's dead husband, Nathan West. Tears.
Right.
So, yeah, and also he is the father of Maxie's youngest child. So, Peter is the father of Maxie's youngest child. Not Nathan. Nathan is the father of her middle child, James. I know the whole family tree is so messed up in this show. I know. Sibling cousins everywhere, man.
So
everywhere.
It's not that. It's just that every so often you catch me off guard with things I just haven't thought about. Oh, or don't remember, and it's like, wait a minute.
You've been watching the show longer than I have, and you just blank on these things, man.
I do, and it's a little disheartening because I could tell you everything that happened in another world, and that ended in 1999. But anyhow.
Yes,
so
Peter August.
Peter, they discovered he was quite the villain.
Yep.
I believe he was going after Elizabeth at the hospital, and Finn came along and pushed him down the stairs. Or he was fighting with Finn and Elizabeth caught him. Anyway.
Finn being Chase's older brother.
Older brother, right. Basically, Finn and Elizabeth, for all intents and purposes, killed Peter August, or thought they had, and tried to cover it up and put him in a freezer in the basement of the hospital. Don't ask me how, I don't remember. Somehow, Peter got out of the freezer, got out of the hospital, and went on his merry way. I don't know who found him. I don't know if it was Faison. I don't know if it was Helena. I don't remember who found him.
I was going to say, quick question. Faison is Peter's father, right?
Faison is Peter's father, yes.
And Faison is
a psychopath.
No, I know he's dead. I was going to ask if he's Nathan's father.
I believe
No, because Nathan and Britt are half siblings because they have the same mom. Because Britt is Faison's daughter, but Nathan isn't Faison's son.
Nathan is
Obrecht's son.
Nathan was raised by Obrecht's brother.
Yeah.
Sister, rather.
Yeah.
Right.
Nathan was raised by Nina's
such a rabbit hole.
I know. I swear to God. All these people connected in these ways. It's such a convoluted family tree. I swear to God. We will never... I don't know if we'll ever get into that.
Well, I think one day we should do an episode just on the family trees.
That'll be a very special episode.
One episode where the episodes are just so bleh.
That or just when episodes are really just not coming out because we get reruns. So I would say probably like a holiday season.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, back to the point. Nathan is not related to Faison, but Peter is. It
doesn't really matter because we were talking about Peter and Chase's sterility.
Right. Point is, Peter got out the freezer. Went looking for revenge. Tried to poison Finn. Missed. And got Chase instead. Poisoned the food. I think they switched plates or something like that. I can't even remember. Right. So Chase was dying.
Chase got the poison. They managed to find an antidote. That was fantastic. And I think that's the reason that Chase is sterile. That was a long way to say all of that.
I know, because you wanted to go into the backstory, and
Well,
I was just
so,
gonna
you know what? I'm just gonna assume from now on, because this is episode what, 4, 5?
5.
Okay, so from now on, I'm just assuming people have watched the show. They know who people are.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying, for the most part, when it comes to names, I don't think we need to repeat Michael Corinthos III.
Junior.
That's going to get annoying. Oh my God.
I told you MC3. But
Don't
okay.
even refer to him as that.
All right.
Anyway, so yes. So we believe that Chase is sterile because of the poisoning that happened to him however many years ago.
Yeah, and I hope that's the case.
I really do, because one, I would hate that it was just a whole natural biology thing. I hate the fact that it's a whole result of just a complete and total accident too. But I can live with it being he had no control over this. Fair enough, biology, you have no control over it either, but it's just the way the soap operas go. You were just you were a militant bystander. Sorry, innocent bystander. I got caught in the crossfire, like Curtis Ashford.
So I think that it would be lovely if, assuming that he is sterile because of the poison, that they can find yet another antidote to reverse that, so that he can have kids. Because I would really like for Chase and Brooklyn to have a lovely love story. I really like them together.
Me too.
They're super sweet.
If that's the case, I think we need to call Finn back to the canvas, and that in turn brings Violet back, because we are very sad that she's gone, because she was a lovely little actress.
Yes, she was. But you know what? Isaiah Gannon.
Oh,
Doctor
you know what?
of all
There we
miracles.
go. There we go. He's a miracle worker.
Yep. Let him do it.
That's true. We got rid of Finn. We brought in Isaiah. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I do kind of like Isaiah better than Finn. Just like,
yeah.
While I like the actor who plays Finn, I was gonna say Michael Eaton. I'm like, I don't think that's
Easton.
Thank you. I'm like, it's close enough. While I like Michael Easton and the plethora of roles this man has played, including a vampire, I do like Isaiah more.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
What else? Right, still going in line with the Chase and Brooklyn thing. While Chase was, devastated, as he has every right to be, I really like how Brooklyn, while she was excited, immediately went into wife mode and comfort mode, and just totally was like, okay, no worries. Like, we have each other. We will get through this no matter what.
Did you want to save that? I'm surprised you're mentioning it. No, I thought you had that for a different segment.
I do, but I just wanted to just say,
okay.
I just appreciated it, because, Brooklyn's also human, and she did a really good job acting in that episode. Really well.
Yeah, I like this. I like the way she comforted her husband and focused on him rather than anything she might be thinking or feeling.
Yep. So I will say this, ladies, if you're listening, while I'm kind of like, don't always take notes on the stuff that Brooklyn is doing, because sometimes Brooklyn doesn't do the right thing. When it comes to her husband, take notes. Because, hell, I might start taking notes on Brooklyn.
Okay, Ann Landers.
What?
Ann Landers is an advice column.
Sorry. No, I had to pause because it's been so long since I've heard that name.
Oh, okay. Should I have said Dear Abby instead? Is that
no? I don't even know who that is. I know the Landers better, but I was like, I don't even know who that is. Oh my god.
I can't. Okay, I'm gonna say that for after. I'm gonna save that for after the podcast.
Oh, also, when I say sorry to that man, I'm not referring to that man. I'm referring to Keke Palmer.
Oh my goodness.
Just have to make it clear, because the
pop culture references.
The people might think I'm saying sorry about him, and I
don't think they're gonna think that.
No, but I am quoting Keke Palmer when I say sorry to that man.
All right. Unrelated news.
Do you want to talk about Martin?
That's exactly where I was going.
Hey, look at me being a mind reader.
I'm telling you. So completely unrelated to anything we've said so far, and this was just my entertainment for the week. After the whole chaos at the Q's where Sasha reveals her pregnancy, Olivia and Lois take Tracy off to the local mani-pedi shop. I don't even know what that place is called because I never go there.
I saw it. It's like...
No, I don't mean the literal name. What do you call that type of business? The nail salon. Thank you. I never get my nails done, so it completely escaped me. I'm so sorry. They're at the nail salon, doing the usual bicker fest, and Martin walks in the middle of this, and I just had to laugh because Martin walks in and jumps in, and he is just completely swiping at Tracy, telling her she nasty, she bitter, she gonna die alone, all kind of thing. And Tracy's like, "What's wrong with you?" Martin, I'm sorry, Martin just had me laughing because he's just like, you can't mind your business. You are not happy unless you're interfering with somebody. And again, Tracy's like, what is your problem? Why are you so angry with me? He's like, what? For no reason at all. You torpedoed me and Lucy. And she, oh, you're so mad about that? That was like 7 years ago. But Martin hadn't done anything. Like, there was no, she was mad at, Tracy was mad at Lucy. There was no reason to take it out on Martin.
No.
Like, it was just absolutely vindictive for no reason.
No, and honestly, the only reason I can see for kind of going after Martin was, aside from him dating Lucy, was the whole deception thing.
Yeah, but even then, Martin had nothing to do with it. That's she was going after Lucy.
Well, aside from
But
the fact that
she didn't hit Lucy directly. She hit Lucy through Martin.
right, which I also feel is kind of just like, and I don't even think Tracy knows about the fact that Martin stole the intellectual property of the deceptor.
No. I don't think she does.
But I feel like just ever so slightly, it's kind of like the writers put that little in there to be like, well, you stole from your ex-wife. Let's get a little bit back. But that's just me. No actual proper confirmation, so.
So Tracy's being vicious and malicious for no real reason. And what I liked, what I liked, I find people go after Martin for no reason. Marty is so soft and sweet and gentle. He's the uncle everybody wants to have. Or certainly I want to have him as an uncle. And you have Jason who snatch him up out of the park for no reason, zip tie him, Anna come and practically brutalize him, threatening him within an inch of his life. Valentine's threatening him every minute. Nina tried to blackmail him. Michael tried to blackmail him. Leave the man alone. He's soft and sweet and gentle. Why are people so mean to this man? It's like, it's like the I don't even know, the little kid on the playground that you bully just for kicks and giggles. Like, I don't get it, and I don't like it. Be nicer to Martin. He's a really lovely man. The only person who seems to be consistently nice to him is Laura. And even at one point, he was hollering at Laura because Laura's like, oh, I think they might have snatched you up because of something I said. And he was like, what the hell? But, and I mean, he's got Cyrus for a brother. Cyrus is just always evil to him.
Right, and so, I was going to say, I'm like, does Laura even count? Laura's his sister.
Just because you're siblings, listen, as siblings, you should treat the people in your house. You treat your siblings better than people on the street are going to treat you.
I recognize. I'm just saying, sometimes just because you're siblings does not always mean you're going to be the nicest to each other.
Well, you should. Yes, I'm being you. I'm looking at you. What did I do? All right.
Anything to my sister.
Let's get back to the podcast because I really don't have anything much more to say. I don't know if you want to take another break before we go into the next segment, or if you have anything you want to add.
No, I don't think so. No, I'll save that because thinking about it, that ties into Hero of the Week.
All right. Well, then I would just say one last thing. Then is Nina. Nina did not participate in Revelation Week.
Nope.
She wants a hard slap. Once again, she was talking about, I really should tell Willow about me and Drew and how we hit the sheets, but I don't trust our relationship. I don't trust my daughter enough to understand what was going on. So I'm just going to wait till this all blows up in my face.
Which, with February sweeps being soon, very soon, we know that's going to happen.
Can't wait.
Neither can I, because honestly, when secrets be secreting and people don't want to come out with the truth, like when Lulu woke up and they're like, oh, how are we going to tell Lulu about Charlotte getting shot? I was just ready for that whole bacchanal and confusion to happen. And unfortunately, it did not happen how I thought it was going to happen, but it happened.
And it's really too bad because Nina they have her on a little bit of a redemption story, which I was actually surprised because I think Nina's a twit, but I was liking what they were doing with respect to her being the voice of reason between Willow and Carly and Sunny, but she's still holding on to the secret. And it's like, Nina, you're almost there. Come on. But I think she's a twit, so they were starting to make me care. And you know, I like how General Hospital does redemption stories. They make people relatable. So
yep. But we'll see how that goes within the coming weeks.
We will, and I'll be here for it.
Yes, we will.
Ready to get sassy with it.
Yes. Actually, just one more thing before we take our break. Because it kind of goes back to when you were saying Natalia kind of goes around just spouting this foolishness. But it ties more into Carly. It ties more into Sunny and how he almost had another fit when Rick and Ava show up at Diane's office.
Listen.
Because I was just like, oh, he holding on.
He could have just tried to play it was a tic-tac. I don't even understand. Listen, Sunny, if you drop down, good for your tail. Because as you know, if you heard the first episode, man, I like Sunny. It could drop. I don't care.
You know your sister told you I did not pay. I don't know what happened in the first episode, but I do know you don't like Sunny. You need to stop with that. You need to stop with that.
Nope. I mean, I'm not saying I want Sunny off the canvas. He's not one of my favorite characters.
That's clear.
But he keeps the show interesting. So
he does. I'm just waiting for someone to actually kind of be very close to succeeding and taking him out. Because I don't know of anyone who's been close.
I think it's happened. I think he got shot and ended up in a wheelchair, which is how he and Epiphany became friends.
Yes, but I wasn't there for that.
I know.
I didn't exist. I wasn't a thought in your brain yet.
Yeah, you were.
Not in that sense.
You were up and walking around and in school. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
When he was in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Oh, I did exist?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought this was before I existed.
I got that. Nobody cares. It's nothing to do with anything happening right now. Let us move on. Okay. Let's take a break. Okay. And come back to the matters at hand. Let's get back to our sheep and our cows. That never mind. That's the translation of a bad expression. Oh, sorry.
All right, everybody. Welcome back.
All right. Let's go into our next segment. What had me hot this week?
I have a few things that have me hot.
Okay.
One, Portia and her going around telling everybody that she told the police about the murders, but then proceeds to tell Anna, who is the chief of police or commissioner of police, and it's like, we have had some murders. And I'm like, what the frick? How are you telling her now after telling everybody you done tell the police? Anyway.
Do we want to chalk that up to bad editing?
I want to chalk it up to just, you know, yes, bad editing. Because I was going to say stupidity, but it's not. Ugh, bad editing. No, the next set of things that had me hot was Brennan walking on glass after he wake up from being told he will be... oh my God, words! After being told that he will be revealed to the world of having died in his bathrobe. But man gets up and starts walking on glass like nothing. Like he's walked on glass before. He probably has. He's WSB agent, to be honest.
Okay, are you done before you go on to the next subject? Because I definitely want to pipe in on that.
Okay, go.
So, what definitely had me hot? Same scene, different aspect. Now, this may be because I have a brown belt in karate. But even if I didn't, I think I might have picked up on this because, hello, super spy. And I will get on all these super spies case. Anna, Robert, all of them. You're a super spy. My man comes in and starts to choke you out. You have no training in this? They did not teach you in the academy how to get out of these kind of chokes. Now, I recognize the cigarette is not the same thing as a regular chokehold. I do recognize that. But one of the first things they taught us in karate, aka self-defense, or in our self-defense section, was look at the weapons you do have. So my man is choking you with his two hands around your throat. You know what you have? You have two hands, you have 2 feet available. The first thing Jack could have done was clapped Valentine's ears. Sorry. It's almost February. My mind went somewhere else. Clapped him in his ears. Now I recognize you can't do that legit on TV, but you could do some kind of stunt to distract him, which will have him loosen his hold on the garrote, and then Bob's your uncle. You know, the world's your oyster. Do it. Any other, whatever. Just, I don't. Where was your stun? Your stun came so much later. Like you were so shocked and surprised you were being attacked. It was so unexpected. You forgot all your training.
Apparently,
I don't get it. That means you didn't have enough training. Your muscle memory reflex did not kick in.
No, it did not.
That is not happy times.
You want to know why it didn't kick in? Because he hasn't been in the field in God knows how long. He's been stuck in an office.
I don't care for it. But I suppose it ties into that fight that Jason had with Drew.
Oh my God.
Time back. Drew
my
hasn't
God.
been a Navy SEAL for so long, so he forgot how to fight. And I'm going to come back to that in my next What Had Me Hot point. But before we leave off of this, in a different form of What Had Me Hot.
No.
Jack and Valentine on the same screen at the same time. Okay?
No. Keep it in your pants. Oh my God. Just because I'm an adult doesn't mean I need to hear this from my mom. Oh my God. And moving on to my second, whatever point that had me hot.
Next.
Third. Yes. Cody decided today he wanted to be the town crier. Like, Cody, get your information straight before you go and tell people about people's business. Because you went looking for Sasha to get confirmation that she was pregnant. And then you see her with Jason and just assume, which is now going to make you look like an ass. And Cody, I don't want you to be an ass. I really don't want you to be. I don't mind looking at it, but I don't want you to be. Anyway, now you're going to go out into the world, tell people that Jason is the father, which you have been doing. And it's like, sir, you're running around saying the king's been murdered, the king's been murdered. Right? And then when the people go check on the king, like, what are you talking about? He's been murdered. It's like...
He spilled wine on his shirt.
He spilled wine on his shirt. He tripped over a barrel, whatever. He landed face down in the wine. And what you saw was not blood. It was wine just on the ground. Like, the king has not been murdered. Because now Sasha has to go out into the world and has to hear this and has to be like, what are you talking about? Jason's not the father of my kid. I don't need to tell you who the father of my kid is, but it's not Jason.
And who asked for his help? Sasha didn't say she needed help with anything. He just gone running him mode.
Right? And that's going to cause issues. A lot of issues.
And when Sasha find out he is...
Oh, Lord.
Because already, Cody, you went running your mouth about Nina and Willow and Drew. Although nobody picked up on the Nina bit.
No, which I found hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I found that hilarious. But already...
That caused enough problems. So you're going to do it again?
Right, and already you're in trouble with your family as it is because you tried to pick a fight with your brother-in-law. Your sister's pissed at you because you haven't apologized to your brother-in-law. And now your ex-girlfriend, who is your cousin, is going to be pissed at you because you're going around telling people she's pregnant by the assassin. And the assassin is not the father.
But you know what? Maybe they'll lean into the story. I'm good with that because when that baby pop out looking like Michael, at least they will have an argument because Jason and Michael look kind of alike. They're related.
I hope it's a girl.
Okay, but either way, if the girl will still pop out looking like Michael, there's still an excuse because Jason and Michael are related.
Oh, well, it was more in the sense of, I hope it's a girl. Looks more
like
Sasha.
Sasha. I know. But how does that help anybody? That's not going to work when we get to, is that May sweeps? February, May, August, November?
Yeah.
Although I don't know that they really call August sweeps, but let's call it August.
It has to be, because I'm like, every 3 months.
Yes, I know,
you get 2 months of breaks.
Yeah, we don't really hear about August sweeps. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So Cody, stop being the town crier. Get your facts straight before you go and spill information that's just going to make you look like an idiot, and then you have to go and, deal with the damage control.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Anything else have you hot?
No.
All right. Then let's sprint right into, what'd you do that for? Or who called for that?
Okay. This was not a who called for that or what did you do that for in a malicious sense or it's not a negative.
Malicious.
It's not a negative way, at least.
Doesn't have to be.
Sometimes I take it as a negative way. But no, in this case, this was not a negative way. This was just a confusion way. Brad?
Hey!
What are you doing? Brad! Sir? Like, okay, first off, the what did you do that for is mainly for the writers because, like, Brad in Friday's episode played no significance to anything. He was just there to be like, yeah, I gotta get the mistletoe up from Miami. Gotta impress the ex-husband.
Oh, I wish you could see her face.
I was like, Brad, I love you, but what is happening?
That was so very random.
It really was. And
confusing. Not just because he was working out, but he's working out like 10 feet from where Jordan, Drew, and Curtis are having a row. And Brad never looked around once?
No. And I find it even more hilarious because I don't think you noticed this, but there was a scene where Jordan and that man were having a conversation, and behind that man, you just see Brad pumping some iron.
I didn't see it. I did not catch it.
And the look on his face was like, yeah. Like, let's go. Let's get this muscle. I was like, what is happening?
You in the background catches. Oh my goodness.
It's interesting, especially for someone who needs to wear glasses. I'm just catching all these things.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that scene. Oh my goodness.
And then Brad, you're even pushing your limits with Portia. Like, you asked for an extra vacation day. Like, you already blackmailed her into letting you go to this thing, and now you're, I wouldn't even say blackmailing, but you're just, like, pushing, like, the boundary of sir.
She told him so.
Right? And I'm like, I understand, like, you want to get back in your ex-husband, this being Lucas, part of the Triple L threat, and Carly's brother. But I get you want to get back into Lucas's graces so you can hopefully have a relationship again. But I'm like, sir, it's been however many years since you guys broke up. Can you, like, move on?
Listen, when you find a good man.
Right?
Or a good woman, as the case may be. Okay, so I'm definitely going to go back and find Friday's episode and watch that. Because I did not catch it. But for me, in also what you do that for, but again, just random, just absolutely random, is the scene, again, at the nail salon where Emma shows up. Anna and Felicia are there at this point.
Oh my God. And
it really doesn't matter. Emma was doing more stupidity, got called out for it. Anna made a deal with her that if she gets straight A's in the next semester, then Emma can take her dancing. And then Anna started popping and locking her. I don't even know what she was doing. And it's like,
I'm so glad I missed that.
What are you doing?
I'm so glad I was writing my notes.
What are you doing?
I'm so glad I was
writing my
notes.
Anna does a beautiful tango. I miss her dancing with Duke Lavery. But this, Anna, Duke. Stop it. Stop it. I don't know who told you to do that. I don't believe for a second that was in the script. Don't do that again.
We might see it again if she gets
DONTE. Don't.
Oh Lord, you put the E. She's really serious.
I'm serious. Yeah.
So do we want to switch over to hero or villain of the week?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't have a villain of the week, but my hero, plural, heroes of the week are Lois. Mm-hmm. As per usual, I've always said whenever she's on screen, she's my hero. Brooklyn and Diane. Those three tie for the top spot of my hero of the week. Lois, because, you know, she's just an amazing mom and always there for Brooklyn when Brooklyn needs her advice or just to talk when she's upset or whatever. Brooklyn for just being the best wife in comforting Chase in his moment of anger and frustration and just heartbreak and finding out that he cannot father a child. Brooklyn was phenomenal in those scenes. And Diane, because Diane, as my mom said in the recap, bestest of best friends. You know, Alexis came storming in, or not even storming in, but she came
No, she
in
came in,
very
no.
upset.
Yeah.
And Diane, being Diane, she was working at the time, just did not notice until she looked up. And the minute she caught sight of Alexis's face, she went into best friend mode and said, "What is wrong?" And like when she found out that Sam had been murdered, she was still in best friend mode, but she took it up a notch because she's like, I don't have the words, I don't know what to say to make it better, to make it okay. And Alexis is like, that's okay because nothing you can say can make it better or okay. Mm-hmm. And love Diane, as I've said. She was just like, look, we're leaving here, we're going back to my place, we're gonna gorge on junk food, watch crappy movies, and we're just gonna have a whole girls' night. And Alexis, she couldn't do it just because she had to tell Molly and Christina about what happened. But I think if she chose not to, at least not that night, she would have gone with Diane, because you know what? That's what you do. Mm-hmm. Because I know if I was in that situation, my best friend came up and said, look, this is a situation, someone in my family's been murdered, you best believe they ain't going home. I'm taking them back to my place. Sorry, Mom, I don't care if you're like, they can't come over, I'm bringing them back. That's just the case.
Yep. Ride or die.
Ride or die. You know what? I'm glad my best friend is my ride or die. Oh my goodness, I couldn't imagine my life without my best friend.
There you go. I don't know that I have a villain or a hero, really. I'm going to put villain of the week. I think I'm going to give it to Tracy.
No, just because of her melodrama?
A bit of her melodrama, just always pushing at people. Just like, nee. Tracy, stop it. I'm also going to give villain of the week to Cody, because Cody really, really, how you reach so old and don't know how to validate your facts. Check your facts. Why are you running your mouth like a flipping lawnmower? Turn it off. I don't even get it. I don't get it.
I don't either.
And sort of, but not really. Villain of the week, Valentine. Come on. And it's just because you were so sloppy. Do better, dude. You also were WSB. What in the world was going on there? I don't get it.
Right. Oh, and this is in other news because I don't think we mentioned it, but we do have confirmation from Brooklyn that Dante is the father of the baby she gave up for adoption, which I had been saying from time. I was kind of hoping that the writers had gone a different direction and had made it Cody, but
wait. Sorry, I have to interrupt you because that further makes that further classifies Cody as my number one villain of the week.
Oh dear.
Yes, thank you. Yep, no question, uncontested villain of the week has gonna be Cody, because Cody has known from the time they were children that Brooklyn had a baby for Dante and said nothing. 2 seconds he knows Sasha pregnant and he telling everybody. What?
Oh,
the heck?
Thinking about it now. And here's the thing though. I don't think he would have said anything if it wasn't for the fact that Jason was there.
He too hot-headed.
No, that's fair. I'm just saying, if
I understand what you're saying. If he had just come up on Sasha, he would have just had a conversation with her.
Right.
Yeah, well, you know what? He could have done that anyway. So no, properly, Tracy. I'm sorry. No, you can't be on the list now.
I will say though, I am glad he wasn't hot-headed enough to just run up on Jason and punch him out.
Oh, I would have paid money for that.
And I only say this because Cody has had a streak of just walking up to people, getting drunk and punching people out. So,
well, let him get into a fight sober. Let him get into a fight sober.
Oh my God.
Maybe he will remember something. Maybe he can actually fight.
Speaking of fights, and I forgot that this was part of what had me hot. Oh my God, I completely forgot.
Right, Curtis and Drew.
Oh my God. Okay, so back to Volanino's gym where Brad is in the background doing his whatever he's doing. So that man, Jordan and Curtis are having a conversation, and that man is like, Curtis, you have a lot of tension there, buddy. Maybe we should get in the ring and, work it out. And I said to myself, and myself said, and I said, that's a stupid idea. The man can't fight. That man, not Curtis. Curtis can fight. That man can't fight. As proven by him getting with Jason.
This is what I'm saying.
So I'm like,
You got a Navy SEAL that can't fight. You got a WSB agent that can't fight. What is going on?
these people just
What kind of training are y'all getting over there?
not great.
I don't understand it.
I
don't understand it.
I will just say, whoever your fight coordinators are, General Hospital, I think you need some better ones because it's not working.
No. They well, maybe they changed it in the years, but they just have some good fights. It's true. They do.
Well, they ain't doing great so far. So I think they need to brush up on. I think they need to go back to their academy and brush up on some techniques because it ain't working. It ain't working.
That was crazy.
But
you're right. Yes.
Aside from that,
and I had it written down. I was looking right at it. I forgot it.
Aside from that, I have nothing else. I think I've exhausted the information I have gotten from this last week.
All right. Well, I agree. There was nothing really else to talk about. But I do have a little something in my wish list. I don't have predictions per se.
That's true. But I don't have a prediction either.
But I have a wish list. I wish that while Carly is in Germany at the clinic, she comes across Liesel Obrecht, who is out there working, possibly helping Michael, because I miss Liesel. Where's Liesel? And maybe at the same time they'll find Scotty. Maybe Scotty went off to find his little Lieberschnitzen.
Oh, God.
Whatever they call her.
Little schnitzel.
Something.
Oh.
And they're off in Germany. And
That
bring
would
her
be-
back.
That would be nice because
where's Liesel?
Ever since-
Nina's in trouble, Willow's in trouble, got your face all over the paper.
Right, you don't want to see your grandson?
Right, I can't imagine that she's not in touch with Nina. I can't imagine it.
No, because I'm like, you saved your grandniece's life and then you just go back to the Alps. It's like
Well, she was heartbroken over Britt, right? She needed to
right, which is fine, and I don't blame her. But then, but when she got kidnapped, she was still hanging out with James. She was talking with Nina, trying to help her solve the whole Willow situation. So I'm like, after you went off back to the Alps,
That's it. I can't imagine that they're not in touch. So Lisa will come back,
right? I need to hear some proper, I don't
cuss out.
Not even that. I was gonna say some proper German, but I don't think she's German.
No, I think she's Austrian or Viennese or something like that.
Anyway, need to hear some of that.
Yeah, but she needs to come and deal with Drew. Is what she needs to do.
That she does.
Whoa, Drew, you messing with the wrong family, boy.
Right, because I think Liesel will give that man a real good cuss out in both English and Austrian, and then on top of that, possibly give Willow a bit of a cuss out and some, words of wisdom.
Right? I saved your life for you to do these shenanigans. Close your legs.
Basically.
Hey.
Basically.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Well, guys, that has been this week's episode of Soaps and Sass.
Absolutely. So we'll see you back here next week.
Yep.
For a little more soap.
And a hell of a lot of sass, especially with February sweeps hitting the airwaves.
Woo-hoo.
So you know what? Stay good, stay sassy.
See you next week.